Welcome to Cage Minds. I'm your host, Mika Frankl, and today we got a good one coming at you, joined by the headliner of LFA 100, Victor Altamirano. How you doing, sir?
Doing great. Staying warm here in Texas with a 13-degree weather from Canada. But everything's said and done. Cutting weight's going fine. Fight week's among us. And all we have to do now, goal number one, make weight. Goal number two, go in there and take care of business.
It's got to be cool for you already this week. Everybody knows you as Mr. LFA, the winningest fighter in the promotion's history.
Oh, man, I just now got that nickname. Just now that you mentioned it. That's my first time I hear it. But, yeah, I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful that I've been in this promotion from LFA 1. So, it's really not just me. It's been really great to see LFA, making its name for itself, since it merged going from legacy, since it merged and then merging with the RFA to create the LFA. And, ever since then, they've just been bringing back-to-back prospects to the UFC over and over again, back-to-back. So it's been really great, not only as a fighter fighting for this promotion, but also watching the promotion grow. And I feel really proud to be part of this.
You were on LFA 1, and now you're headlining LFA 100. From the amateur card to the main event, how does that hit you thinking about the journey you've taken over these last 4+ years?
Man, I feel, like I said, very grateful, very thankful. It is evident that the promotion has taken a great amount of time and dedication to making sure that they do good matchups, that they're growing, that they are traveling, that they're reaching out to the fans, reaching out to the people. And, without the LFA, we wouldn't have a lot of promotions other than that are underneath the UFC and Bellator. I think it is a great way for up-and-coming fighters to test the ground, and which is at a big stage other than the UFC, because as we know, the UFC, Bellator, ONE FC, they're all big stages, and the LFA is a big stage that people who are up and coming can reach and reach the world, reach the fans. So it feels great. It feels great to be part of this, for sure.
And like we said, the headliner of LFA 100. And not to say that you haven't dealt with a bit of adversity already this camp. We know officially last Friday they announced it. No longer facing Carlos Mota. Instead, going to be taking on Nate Smith. How much did this change up your plans?
Nothing. It didn't change anything, and I don't think it would have changed anything for any other fighter, because this is the sport that we're on. We are people who are constantly dealing with adversity. We are people who have constantly dealt with adversity in the past, which is one of the reasons why we have found refuge, if not a home, in the sport of what it is fighting. It is the epitome of what we all fighters have been doing our whole lives, taking care of what's in front of us, regardless of the adversity that it is. So my opponent changing, they haven't changed anything. Unfortunately, Carlos Mota wasn't able to make it. That's an adversity that he's facing. And I bet you that is not changing any way that he's going to be fighting in the future, because that's what people do in the sport. They're fighters. They're dealing with adversity. I'm sure Carlos Mota is going to figure it out, because he's a fighter as well. So I'm really looking forward to this Nate Smith, who I know has been in the Contender Series, and that's not a task that you get offered lightly.
Definitely. How much different of a fight are you expecting now? Do you think the actual fight, what you're kind of envisioning will happen, has that changed from Carlos to Nate?
No, it hasn't really changed. I think the fight mainly has to be fought with oneself in the mind and just being ready. I don't really expect anything in particular. I don't really like to expect anything in particular, anything specific, regardless of the opponent. I think that the ability to maintain your mind adaptable is to just be ready for whatever it may come. if I was to expect something, I would somehow find myself in some rigid mindset in which I'm hoping or expecting a specific thing, and it would make it more difficult for me to adapt to something that may not happen or I was not foreseeing. So I don't really like to, expect a specific thing or just think of a fight as in going a certain way. I feel like keeping my mind malleable to any expectations is best for me to be able to adapt in the moment.
We're talking to LFA 100 headliner Victor Altamirano. He's training in Fort Worth, Texas, I believe it is. Tell us about what this camp has been like.
This camp's been great. As soon as we found out about the fight, well, actually, as soon as the last fight was over, the one with Louis McKinney back in November, we just took a week break, and then we went back right to it. We began with our new strength and conditioning coach, Adrian Delgado, who has been making amazing results, and we're very, very happy with what we've been able to see and the difference of our training. So I'm looking forward to displaying all this hard work that we have been putting in with him. And, this fight camp, I think that was the main difference. Our strength and conditioning really amped up from the last fight.
Was it something that you felt you could get past faster? You wanted more strength? Why was it that you chose to focus on that area?
I chose to focus on that area because we haven't thoroughly been touching up on all the areas: the striking, the grappling, the scrambles, the distance management, all the aspects of the fighting game we have been touching up and being thorough with it. And we felt like we needed to step up when it comes to the body being able to amp up what it can do, the abilities that we can do, And as in us martial arts, it's not just a sport, it's an art. And whatever you're able to think about, whatever you're able to create in your head has to be effectively translated through your body. And in this sport, your body needs to be able to perform at the same level as your mind. So if you have a mindset of, I need to be fast, I need to be strong, I need to be able to pull up flying triangles, I need to be able to cut the corner, I need to be able to be very quick and explosive, you can think that, and then you can also make sure that you adapt your techniques to that. It is all in your head, but if your body is not able to catch up to the more advanced concepts that you are now learning as a martial artist, because you are constantly training, and now that you can think ahead, you can think of techniques, you can think of movements that are on the highest level, the advanced level, beyond basics. Well, your body needs to be able to translate that. Your body needs to be able to go ahead and execute the principles, the thoughts, the complex techniques that you as a martial artist may be wanting to try, wanting to experiment, wanting to push the limits of what the technique is, of what the movements are. And without having a body, a vehicle that allows you to push the limits, then you can't really do anymore, So we thought that the strength and conditioning would help us make sure that the vehicle in which my mind's operating at this advanced techniques and concepts will be able to just synchronize together.
Feel like this question is going to be appropriate because you feel like a deep critical thinker to me. What's the biggest challenge ahead of you this week?
The biggest challenge ahead of me this week, that's just a weight cut. The weight cut is probably the biggest challenge and the first one to accomplish, to let you know that you are ready in your head. It is a struggle to cut weight. It's not something that's easy. It's not something that you can just go and do and take care of really quickly. And just being able to make weight lets you know, okay, my mind's ready for adversity. My body is ready for whatever may come. And I just proved that to myself by going through this weight cut and making weight.
Was there some thought into the strength and conditioning, upping that with the thought of it's going to be a 5-round fight?
Yes, most definitely. So, but making sure that it is a 5-round fight, making sure that their strength and conditioning most definitely is focused towards that direction. So there was a lot of cardio. There was a lot of, VO2s, maximizing your oxygen capacity, maximizing your movement, your muscles, making sure that we fatigue them, so that we can get used to being in that state and still be able to perform at what we need to do.
I also heard you talk about artistry, and I'm sure your martial arts are artistry, but I also heard that you have a hobby outside of the cage, a musical side to yourself.
Yes, I play the cello. I really have devoted my free time that I have to practice the cello, practice music. It's something that I feel it helps me. It helps me stay focused. I picked up the cello mainly because everything in my life I've taken very seriously and competitively, and I wanted something in which I could grow, learn, and not feel the pressure that I have to perform, that I have to be the best at, that I have to make sure that it's perfect. Of course, I strive to do the best I can in this part of my life as a musician, but I do so purely out of fun because there's no one pushes me. I don't have a concert coming up. I don't have an audition coming up. I'm not going to see if Julia accepts me this week. It is completely fun, and I think that it's very important for me to have something that I can strive to get better at without the constant pressure of better be good at it.
So this is really something that you've been able to relax and just strictly enjoy.
Correct.
Nice. Everybody needs to have that. Now, from talking about the hobby to back to work, what kind of masterpiece do you plan on putting on of your martial arts artistry for us on Friday night?
We've been working a lot on my grappling and synchronizing my grappling and my striking, and I think that is the biggest hurdle that advanced martial artists have to cross when beginning to become a more proficient mixed martial artist. You have amazing strikers, you have amazing grapplers, and most of their downfalls come because they're not able to smoothly make the transition within the fight from when do I strike, when do I grapple, when do I make the transitions between those things, and how do I make sure that those transitions are seamless and fluid without any hesitation or thought. So we've been really focusing on making sure that part and that aspects of the fight are taken care of. So for this Friday night, my focus will be that. My focus is displaying the practice of simultaneously and seamlessly know and combine the aspects of grappling and striking so that it is just one thing.
He was there at LFA 1. He's headlining LFA 100. Victor Altamirano, what would it mean to close LFA 100 with that belt getting wrapped around your waist?
Oh, it would mean the world to me right now. It would mean the culmination of the hard work that we've been putting in. It would mean the culmination of the hard work that the LFA has been putting in as a promotion. And it would be, I would just feel ecstatic. I would feel grateful to have been part of LFA 1, to have the chance to grow, watch LFA as a promotion grow, and experience the growth that I have been putting on myself and my team, most of all, who have been putting countless hours. My coach, Juan Tatum, Pico Forns Wataga, Michael Malone, Tony Lemons, Daniel Lemons. I know my strength and conditioning coach, as I mentioned, Adrian Delgado, all of my teammates, Justin Yolicam, David Luna, Skylar Scoots, all these things. So having that moment be shared not only with the world, but with the people that have been pushing me, and we've been pushing each other, it would mean a lot. It would mean a lot to all of us.
Victor, I gotta thank you for the time. Last but not least, could you tell everybody how they can follow you on social media?
Yes, you can follow me on social media at Victor El Magnifico Altamirano. and that's on Facebook. And on Instagram, it is Vic with capital V _ my last name, Altamirano, Vic _ ALTAMIRANO, and on Twitter at Vic _ and once again, my last name, ALTAMIRANO.
And I can't let you go before asking, is there a story that goes along with the nickname?
A story that goes along with what? Sorry?
With your nickname, how you got El Magnifico as your nickname.
Well, the nickname was given to me by my team, by my coaches. They just said that when they see me fight, it is like watching a symphony being unfold, and it's just magnificent. And so they gave me the nickname El Magnifico. You know, I don't think that anyone should pick their own nickname, and I don't argue with it. And so I took it. It's what the people who train with me think of me, and I carry that into the cage because they are the ones who have been pushing me towards this. They're the ones who have been made this possible.
That's awesome. That's awesome, sir. Again, thank you for the time, and I hope you stay warm this week.
Oh, yes, you too. Take care, Micah. Have a wonderful evening.
You too, Victor. It was great getting to talk to you.